Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something that really crosses all sorts of boundaries, dance.
Right. It's art, it's ritual, it's fun.
Exactly. And our mission today is to start with the big picture, the sort of global basics of dance, and then zoom right into the amazing traditional dances of the Philippines.
Yeah. And the sources you've gathered are great for that. They range from, the nitty-gritty of ballet history and modern dance pioneers, all the way to very specific Filipino steps and cultural meanings. We're aiming for a good overview, comprehensive, but, well, digestible.
Okay, let's start there then. The global foundation. The sources define dance pretty simply. Rhythmic, expressive body movement. Maybe the oldest art.
It's definitely up there. Historically, people danced for, well, lots of reasons. To please gods, connect with each other, express themselves, build community.
And no matter why they danced, there's some basic building blocks, right? These elements.
Absolutely. 5 key things you need to understand any dance, really. The structure of movement.
Okay, lay them out for us.
Well, first, there's time. This isn't just about the clock. It includes accent, rhythm, and tempo. How fast or slow the music or the movement is.
Got it. Time. What's next?
Space. Pretty straightforward. It's the area the dancer uses. But it also includes direction, level, like high, medium, low movement, and elevation, how high they jump.
Okay. Time, space.
Then energy, or dynamics. This is how the movement is done. Is it soft, sharp, strong, smooth? It's the quality of the force.
Makes sense. Like the texture of the movement.
Kinda, yeah. Then the body element. This focuses on what the body is actually doing, what parts are moving, what actions like a turn, a leap, a gesture, an alignment, posture.
And the last one.
Relationship. This is crucial. It's about how a dancer connects to another dancer, maybe to an object or prop, or even to the whole group they're dancing with. Context.
So, relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think. If the context changes dramatically, say, going from an ancient ritual to a fancy European court, does that shift how those 5 elements are used?
Oh, absolutely. That's a perfect example. Look at ballet. It started in Italian courts, Renaissance era, but it was really France that shaped it into what we recognize.
Right. It became less social dance, more performance art.
Exactly. Highly formalized, spectacular. And you get figures like Pierre Beauchamp.
Ah, yes. The sources mention him. He's the one who named the 5 basic positions.
That's the one. Codifying the feet and arm positions, turning it into, well, almost a technique, a system. Later you get Cecchetti, Vaganova? Names associated with specific styles of training?
And Giselle is the classic example from that romantic period, right?
A perfect example. 19th century, all about ethereal grace, tragedy. But that very structure, that rigidity, eventually led to a reaction.
Which brings us to modern dance.
Yes. A rebellion, really. Yeah. Dancers wanting to break free from ballet's rules, its pointed shoes, its uprightness.
People like Isadora Duncan.
She was a key initiator, yeah. Inspired by nature, Greek ideals, much more free-flowing movement. But then you had giants like Martha Graham who really built a whole new technique.
Her contraction and release. Very different feel. Much more earthy.
Totally. Grounded, core-focused, rejecting that balletic lift. And Doris Humphrey, too, with her fall and recovery, using gravity and momentum, they were fundamentally changing the conversation using those same elements. Time, energy, body.
Oh, this is a great setup because now we can ask, what happens when these global ideas, the structure of ballet, the rebellion of modern, influences from Asia land somewhere with its own deep ancient traditions, like the Philippines.
And that's where it gets incredibly rich. You see this amazing fusion.
Yeah.
Philippine folk dance is a blend. And we have to mention Francisca Reyes Aquino here.
The mother of Philippine folk dances.
Absolutely deserves the title. She did groundbreaking work collecting, documenting all these dances from across the islands. She actually received the National Artist for Dance Award for it. Vital work.
Her work helped classify them too, right? Like national versus regional.
Correct. You have national dances, known pretty much everywhere, sharing basic steps, think cariñosa, fandango, and then regional ones, specific to a place, like itik-itik from Surigao, or magalotic from Laguna.
But the sources also group them into these 5 major suites, based more on cultural influence. That seems really insightful.
It really is. It tells a story of history and interaction.
So let's walk through them. First up, the Maria Clara dances.
Named after the character in Rizal's novel, representing the ideal Filipina of that Spanish colonial era. Very influenced by European dances, waltz, polka, dances like that.
But made Filipino.
Exactly. Filipinized is the term used. They'd use local touches like bamboo castanets instead of Spanish ones, or the abanico, the fan, becomes really important in the movement. And the clothing, the elegant Maria Clara dress, the balang Tagalog for men, sets the style.
Okay. Suite number 2 takes us way up north. The Cordillera dances.
Right, from the mountain tribes of northern Luzon, Ifugao, Kalinga, others. Groups that, importantly, resisted Spanish rule for a long time.
So their dances are different, less European influence.
Much less. They're tied deeply to community life, rituals, weddings, healing ceremonies, even war dances. They reflect the cycles of mountain life.
Like the Uyawi example.
Yeah, the Uyawi, an Ifugao wedding dance, but specifically for the wealthy families, showing their status.
Interesting. Third suite, Muslim dances. Down south, Mindanao and Sulu.
And again, groups that largely maintain their identity outside of Spanish control. So their dances reflect an Islamic heritage with influences from Arabian and Indo-Malaysian cultures.
What characterizes them?
Often mysticism, themes of royalty, very vibrant colors and costumes, and really intricate hand and arm movements. Detailed gestures are key.
The famous one is Singkil, right? With the bamboo pole.
That's probably the most iconic, yes. The Moroneo dance about Princess Gandingin escaping earthquakes by stepping between clapping bamboo poles. It's incredibly skilled, needs speed, precision, grace under pressure. Often involves fans, too.
Wow. Okay, fourth suite, rural dances from the Christian lowlands.
This is where you really feel the sort of fiesta spirit. Celebrating harvests, courtship, daily life, community gatherings, often very lively, joyous.
Colorful costumes here, too.
Yeah.
Like the Balintawak.
Yes, the Balintawak and Patadong skirts are typical, very bright, festive, and the suite includes probably the most famous Philippine dance internationally.
Has to be tinikling.
Tinikling, exactly. The national dance. Mimicking the tickling bird, avoiding bamboo traps, fast footwork between clapping poles.
I've seen videos. It looks incredibly difficult. And there's another one demonstrating skill, Banaswan.
Ah, yes, Ganaswan from Pangasinan. Balancing glasses, often with rice wine on the head and the palms of the hands while dancing. It's all about balance and smooth movement. Amazing control.
Truly. Okay, fifth and final group, ethnic or tribal dances.
These are often considered the dances with the oldest roots, predating major foreign influence, both Christian and Muslim. They're very closely linked to animistic beliefs, rituals, ceremonies.
Dancing for the spirits or for the gods?
Essentially, yes. Often for harvest, for healing, for tribal unity. The example given is the Pagdiwada from the Tagbanua people in Palawan, a ritual of thanksgiving for a good harvest.
That gives us a great map of the landscape. Now, the sources highlighted a few specific terms and forms that are really interesting. Let's talk about Balita.
Oh, Balita is fascinating. It's more than just a dance.
It's described as an extemporaneous exchange of love verses.
That's right, between a man and a woman. Mostly in Tagalog and Visayan regions. It's like a sung, dance, debate, or courtship conversation.
Wow. And it can go on for hours.
Apparently so, until the woman basically gives her answer. And the verses aren't just about romance. They touch on family life, work. It's a whole social commentary accompanied by maybe a bamboo flute, the subing, or a simple guitar.
Incredible. Okay, another term, Escocus or Chotis. Sounds Scottish.
It is. It's the Filipino term for the schottish, a ballroom dance brought by Europeans. It got adapted often into the Maria Clara style with brush step-hop movements.
But here's the amazing part from the sources. In Capiz, they use this dance to test houses.
Isn't that wild? The hopping, jumping, stamping movements, they literally do it during housewarmings on the new floor to check if the house is built strongly.
Wait, seriously. Functional choreography. That's brilliant, actually. Forget building inspectors. Just have a dance party.
Practical application of dance. Who knew?
All right, quickly, another one. Vaudeville. American influence this time.
Yes, from the American colonial period. Derived from French vaudeville, vaudeville. It started as variety shows, stage entertainment featuring popular American dances of the time.
But it evolved.
Yeah, later on, these shows started incorporating Filipino folk dances too, creating this kind of mixed cultural stage before they faded out around the 1950s.
Okay, let's circle back to one we mentioned earlier, a key Maria Clara dance, Cariñosa.
Ah, yes. The name itself means loving or affectionate. It's the quintessential courtship dance. Flirtatious, but in a very specific way.
Hide-and-seek movements, right. Using a fan or a handkerchief.
Exactly. Expressing affection, but, and this is key, following what the source calls the strict code of Filipino system, no touch.
So closeness without physical contact.
Precisely. It's all suggestion, glances, graceful evasion. The steps themselves might resemble a waltz. It's in three-quarter time step, close step kind of footwork spins, but the relationship element, that interaction, is defined by that cultural code of modesty and respect.
It really shows that blend. You talked about European steps, Filipino context.
Perfectly.
So wrapping this up, we've gone from these universal building blocks, time, space, energy, seen how they were shaped in European courts with ballet, challenged by modern dance pioneers.
And then seen how they landed and mixed in the Philippines, creating this incredible tapestry.
From the elegant cariñosa reflecting Spanish influence, to the earthy Cordillera rituals, to the skillful Muslim dances like Singkil, or the joyful rural dances like Tinikling. They really are mirrors of history and culture.
And they do something important. These traditional dances, they actively keep culture alive. They honor ancestors, reinforce community values, and even preserve crafts, the making of the specific clothes, instruments, props. They're living history.
Absolutely. And that brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. It comes from a really interesting detail in the sources about how dances change.
Right. It mentions the Kumintang, recorded as possibly the oldest traditional activity among Christianized Filipinos. But here's the thing. Early accounts describe it as a war song, maybe even a martial dance.
A war song. But later.
Later, it evolved into a dance of love and courtship, usually accompanied by a guitar. It completely shifted its meaning and function.
So the provocative thought is,
what traditions we hold today, a song, a dance, a ritual that seem fixed, seem to mean one specific thing. How might their core meaning completely transform for people generations from now? What story will our movements tell tomorrow, and will it be the same one we think we're telling today?